So in a story that the plot seems to be thickening more and more news has now come out about Adam Rose, who is currently serving a suspension from the WWE for violating the wellness policy for 60 days, which he came out against pretty hard and said that WWE knew, and he actually released his doctor's note and everything regarding his ADHD diagnosis and the fact that he was taking pills regarding that medical diagnosis. Well, now, as of today, he was arrested at 1:30 a.m. this morning by the Hillsborough County Sheriff's in Florida, charged with tampering with a witness and battery domestic violence. It looks like he's still in jail, according to the story so far. And they released his mugshot, which I may or may not put in the video right now. This is what makes it hard, is we normally see a guy like Ray LaPond or Adam Rose, and you may look at him like, oh, he hasn't done anything in the WWE, he's a jobber, he doesn't really mean much, right? And you might write him off. Then something like the ESPN 30 for 30 documentary airs from NXT, and you see why he's doing this, that he's providing for his family, his sick child, and then he's suspended first, and, it seems like against valid reason that he has medical notes that WWE knew about it. It seems like WWE's the bad guy, kind of like in the whole Titus O'Neil situation. They may have overreacted. But then something like this happens, and then it furthers the plot even, thicker, where you're sitting here wondering, okay, at first, wow, it really fucked up for WWE to ban something for mental health. And, there were some people that were raging about it. Then you have people saying, well, he took a banned substance, whatever. You have people that are, not backing up. Well, he's got a doctor's note. They knew about it. Why could he take it for a year and then all of a sudden it's a problem unless you're starting to do some spring cleaning or trying to release some people or do some things of that nature? And I've seen a lot of people be on both sides of the aisle here and kind of get thoughts maybe the WWE is trying to screw him over. Maybe the WWE is just doing their thing. Maybe they're trying to take, health and wellness seriously, which, in a case of it is prescribed, it is, there's a lot of things that are prescribed that maybe shouldn't be or should be that aren't prescribed. So I don't want to jump in necessarily on that, but I think when you're Adam Rose now, if you're a fan, you're in kind of an awkward position because, Adam Rose, the wrestler, really hasn't done much, but the Adam Rose, the Ray LaPond, the man that's, fighting for his family, essentially, with a sick child and the story that was presented to us, and it really changed our opinion on him. So we were like, okay, we want to push this guy because we like him. We can relate for this. He's doing this for his family. And then he doesn't really do much. And then he gets thrown with the social outcast, and the social outcasts don't really do much. And then he goes and gets suspended. And then, all the releases that happened last week with WWE, there was 8 of them, Damian Sandow being the biggest of the names, besides Wade Barrett, who mutually wanted to leave. You look at everything that's now happened, and you honestly have to wonder, did people, rush to jump on this? I mean, is something happening with him? Is he in a downward spiral? Like I said, we still don't know too much about this whole arrest, tampering with a witness, and charge related to, domestic violence, a battery situation. The mugshot, he just doesn't seem too, I don't know. It can't be easy, and I'm not going to say it's going to be, whatever, but when you're going through as much as he's going through now, then it sucks, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is once you're arrested for something like this, I think you can pretty much kiss his contract with the WWE goodbye, is what I've seen mainly on social media. Social media, videos, posts, people have pretty much said on dirt sheets, well, you can kiss his contract goodbye. And then you have people posting the WWE contract policies that if there's anything related to domestic violence, child abuse, anything that WWE will immediately suspend and may terminate their contract over it. So they take those matters seriously. So we need to find out what he actually did, what he's, being arrested for, what witness he tampered. I've seen a couple crazy, like I saw one guy like literally with the most Illuminati type response ever. Well, he speaks out against WWE, and then mysteriously he's now arrested for things. I bet the WWE had something involved, and I'm just like, bro, come on. WWE ain't got the reach to get in the Hillsborough Sheriff's Department, and it has some trumped up charges just to get him out of their contract, man. So I won't go that far and say crazy stuff like that's happening, but I think the timing of all of this, hopefully something isn't going more wrong with Adam Rose. Like I said, if the WWE does cut his contract, you're in kind of a weird position because watching him on TV really didn't do anything. Like Leo Kruger, I somewhat liked, and then he reinvented to Adam Rose, who in NXT was cool, but in the main roster it just never hit. My defining moments with Adam Rose was probably in the video game, being able to wrestle with the bunny and everything. Other than that, it really didn't do anything for me related to his character. So, and then once the news came about his whole ADHD thing, like, wow, the Leo Kruger gimmick now makes sense. And, at first I thought about it, and this is something that, I've seen some people comment about this. There is nothing to be ashamed about having a mental health illness or going through treatment or getting treatment for things like that. I think I see some people like, wow, he's really fucked up in the head. No, man, you get one life, and I applaud him for trying to take care of a problem that if he has been dealing with this and he's now getting help with it, more power to him. Like I said, though, when you're in a company, it's just like you may live in a state that allows marijuana, but if you're at a company or job that doesn't allow it, it doesn't matter that it's legal, you still can't use it. It's kind of like the NFL. You have players that, while NFL is legal in states they live in, you can't smoke because the teams don't allow it. The league doesn't involve it. That's part of the job with the NFL. Same thing with WWE. They have things you're not allowed to take or you're going to get suspended, although those things are a lot safer than, say, take prescription painkillers and having to deal with those addictions and things later. I'm not going to get into that debate, but I want to know your guys' thoughts on this when it comes to Ray LaPon. Is this pretty much the end for him? Is WWE going to release him? When you think about it now with the arrest, and like I said, we still need to know more details about the arrest itself, but the way Adam Rose has kind of been going downhill, first with the suspension, now this. I do applaud him, I will say this, for speaking out and standing up that, if it was a legit medical diagnosis, which it seems to be, he provided proof, and it just kind of goes to show it. WWE does kind of pick and choose their health and wellness policies. Like, if they have to get tested X amount of times per year and they knew about it, why all of a sudden is he getting, suspended for it? Wouldn't that have shown up on previous wellness tests? And had it shown up, wouldn't he have had, the doctor's note to kind of to avoid it? So I think that's kind of a big question to be asked and some things to be considered. But at the end of the day, you kind of got to follow WWE's guidelines, WWE's rules, and deal with it. Whether or not you think it's crappy or anything that they do is bad, it is the WWE's company. They are their policies that you pretty much have to abide by while you're there. And like I said, this will kind of make things interesting, especially with the fact that we kind of now care for him or have some sort of feelings or thoughts towards him. As a human being or a person, because we can relate to what he's going through. But at the end of the day, I mean, we don't see everything. We may see the side of WWE where they suspended him and we see Adam Rose's legitimate point. But then now something like this, just week later after he did all that, he's arrested. So you have to wonder who's in the right, who's in the wrong. What do we believe? There's always two sides to a story, whether or not you want to hear the one, or even if both sides tell the story, they could both be embellishing. But at the end of the day, when you truly think about it, the only thing we know is that Adam Rose is suspended. He has now been arrested. He is still in jail as of right now, waiting for bond, or no bond has been released yet. So, Adam Rose, man, I really hope you get any help you need. I hope things take care of itself, and I wish you the best, man.